You know what we need? We need a producer to be able to do this type of stuff.
You'd have to give away control then.
Some.
Yeah. Yeah. And you would probably still drive them nuts. A little bit.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah, because you have a vision.
Yeah, and that's just the way how that goes.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
I'm not saying that can't do it.
All you would have to do is when you hire the producer, you just let them know, like, just so you know, at times I'm going to get on your nerves. And that's just a part of this, and I'm setting expectation now.
Yeah, I definitely would.
Yeah,
right.
That's all.
Do you think Steve, I'm not comparing myself to Steve Jobs.
Sure.
However, do you think Steve Jobs ever had before?
I think people knew.
Yeah, by that time he was already.
Yeah, he had a reputation pretty early on for being that dude.
Did you watch that movie?
Yeah, I've seen 1 or 2 documentaries on him.
Okay.
So I haven't seen any movies, but I understand the guys.
I only watched
half Syrian.
Yes. I only watched the one with not Hasselhoff. What's the
Ashton Kutcher.
No, not that one.
Oh, okay.
Frick.
Not Hasselhoff. That throws me way off.
Sorry, he's the droid. He's the robot thing in the Alien series.
Yes, that guy. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, come on. Yeah.
You can try a little bit longer.
Hasselblad? Nope, that is a camera.
Oh. I know who you're talking about.
What are you gonna? You gonna just wait until I get an aneurysm?
No, I'm trying to think now. If you had just not said if you said, who was Magneto, I'd be like, this guy.
Oh right, yeah, Magneto. Yeah. Why did I go so
I don't know,
obscure?
But now it's like Hasselblad, and I was like, I don't know what letter to start this word off with.
Fassbender.
Oh, Michael Fassbender.
Oh, just gave birth to that idea in my head.
Oh my God, I feel the pains.
Yeah, the afterbirth is just following around.
There's a pregnant, like a lady who's had like one kid, like, screw you, idiots. Faiza's over there.
Oh boy,
you have no idea. I heard a lady giving a birth the other
day, just like in passing,
a week and a half ago.
Okay,
well, no, 2 weeks ago.
Right,
it's crazy.
It was Faiza.
No, of course not. I wouldn't want to hear Faiza giving birth. I came right after that baby was born.
Right.
I don't want to be there for that part.
Yeah. Your true friend.
Yeah.
You're on the other side supporting Hamid while Hamid's supporting the wife.
Funny thing is, if you don't pay the $20, you're in a room with another lady giving birth.
Oh,
it's
just an extra 20, eh?
It's like 20 to 40. It's not more than 100.
Okay.
So we got in there, and her room's for herself, and we were like, wow, like having the conversation, how it was magical.
Right.
And the next room we hear, and it sounds like somebody made a goal in Colombia. And I was like, oh my God.
South American commentators.
And Faiza goes, oh, that's not even the lady giving birth. I was like, well, who the hell is that? She's like, that's the nurse encouraging her to give birth. And then you hear like this guttural scream, like, ah! And I was like, oh my God. And if you don't pay the extra 40, you get to be in the room waiting to give birth and watch all this happening.
Wow.
Can you imagine that?
Thankful that most of our friends can afford that type of money.
Yeah, well, at that point. Geez.
I wonder, or maybe like you do that and then the two families bond because that was like the most intimate.
Can you imagine?
Yeah. At this point, they're just like, yeah, we'll swap wives.
You can do it, Heather. Yelling at each other.
Speaking of sorry, go ahead.
No, there's nothing good to say.
Right. Speaking about the birth,
right?
There's the opposite happened a couple days ago or yesterday. Rich Piana passed away.
Yeah, the bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I don't know why I'm a little sad about it.
I didn't even know you knew who that was. How do you know who Rich Piana the bodybuilder was?
I watch a lot of YouTube.
Here, listen.
Well, that's what that was his main thing, vlogging.
We all watch a lot of YouTube.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody listening to this podcast that doesn't watch a lot of YouTube. It doesn't mean they know who Rich Piana is. What were you Googling, bro? Like, what are you looking up on YouTube?
I follow some like whatchamacallit, fitness vlogs and stuff like that, right? So on the right hand side they have like recommended,
right?
So I was watching a guy, Keto Key something or other. It talks all about the ketogenic diet.
I've heard about this guy,
right? So I was watching his video. All of his videos, his thumb, Anyway, so it's very good.
Yeah.
And then on the right hand side, I see this monster.
Yeah, caught your eye.
Yeah, because he is quite a monster.
Like, this isn't real.
Yeah. So
oh my God. I
clicked on it. I'm like, big doesn't describe how big this guy is.
He's a cloud. It's like
gigantic.
If he sucked in a cloud and it went right into it, I don't even know how to describe it, but it is too big for a person, which also explains, unfortunately, his
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 demise.
death. Yeah, well, he was getting a haircut by his girlfriend.
Yeah, and he just passed out. Well, the heart can't sustain muscles. No. Muscles bigger than like. It's just gigantic. He's a ginormous. Okay, this is how big of a human being he is.
Right.
He has tattoos on his shins facing forward. Like there's enough surface area on his legs.
Yeah.
That he like the full tattoo faces forward. If you do mine, it's like a point.
Right. No,
not this man.
No. There's probably not even a bone you're doing the tattoo on. It's just like muscles in front of the shin.
His intro was really cool. Like his intro to most of his vlog videos.
You like this guy? I've never seen him speak. The only reason I got interested in this was he was 46.
Yeah.
Like he was a fairly young guy who just healthy.
Yeah.
But obviously not. And he just collapsed and passed away.
I mean, yeah, I kind of liked him. I thought that he was a cool guy. He doesn't come across as like a douche or anything like that.
Gotcha.
He was very. Excuse me.
He was in one episode of Scrubs, which is my favorite show. So
we're gonna get that in a minute. He's very open about his steroid usage.
At that point, right? What's there to deny? What are you gonna say?
I eat horse meat.
I work out a lot. Prayers. You're like, what? No, nothing does that.
So, but what he was trying to do is that he's telling people how to use it in a smart fashion.
Okay, I like that.
Right, in a way that doesn't like engorge your intestines and your
Liver.
internal organs and stuff like that. So like he was giving tips out of the stuff that he's done wrong. So don't do what I've done. And then
cool.
this stuff. Yeah, so
I
thought right when you get to that point where he starts talking about like steroid use and how he does it and how he's like, using his experience for it, it becomes an interesting thing where you just want to watch. So I watched I went down the rabbit hole and I got to watch a lot of it.
That's really cool, man. Well, too bad, man.
It is too bad.
At some point, you got to stop.
Yes.
If you're injecting, heroin, meth, at some point, you got to know there's a limit to all of these things.
Yeah, but I don't think he was doing heroin or meth.
You don't know.
Fair enough. What was he on Scrubs for? I watched the entire series.
There was one episode where JD became the Hulk for a second.
Okay.
And it was it was before the intro.
Okay.
So this is the part we're talking about. Just about 30 seconds, and he was Hulk.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah. So.
He is a big man.
He's a huge man. Speaking of big men, are you mad at Jon Jones?
Oh.
Are you mad at Jon Jones?
I'm somewhat happy.
What?
Let me tell you why.
Okay. And for those of you who don't follow MMA, of course, we're not going to get into like the technicalities of a situation, but the drama here is that Jon Jones came back from being suspended, having a tuna fight, and challenged Daniel Cormier for is it light heavyweight? Light heavyweight belt. And everybody loves DC, but everybody also loves a comeback story. You think Jon Jones getting his life together and have the fight. Jon Jones wins by a head kick. DC was fighting well at the moment. DC cried, and he said, there is no rivalry. And we were like, it's so sad, but hopefully DC goes on and Jon Jones goes on to do big things. And then what happens?
Right. And then USADA announces that...
he pissed hot.
Pissed hot. Not in temperature.
No.
But in steroids.
In steroids.
Yes.
That's the terminology in the fight business.
And then we're right back where we begin. We're right back where we started. Because there was a time when Jon Jones used to do cocaine 2 days before a fight, go into the fight, do well.
Yeah.
Right?
It's almost like it didn't hurt him at all.
Right? He was doing that.
Yeah.
There was a time when Jon Jones was high in his car, speeding.
Bentley.
Gets into an accident, hits a pregnant lady.
What?
She was inside the car.
No.
Doesn't make it any better. She breaks her arm.
Does he stay there and make sure she's okay?
He opens the door and he runs away.
Does he come back for his money and drugs?
He comes back for his bong and his drugs and then run away again.
Again? Are you kidding me?
That's the type of man Jon Jones is. And then after all of that, and when he was suspended because he tested hot again right before the first Cormier fight.
And what did he piss hot for? Over-the-counter dick pills that also have some steroids in them.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Dude, are you even trying? Like, why are you putting over-the-counter dick, meaning what an over-the-counter dick pill is? Like, you can get a Propecia or what's the other one? Where everybody's so chill. Like, Olestra? I don't know. Okay. But, one of those.
Yeah.
Regardless. But he doesn't get one of those. He goes to like a gas station where you can get like just a dick pill. It's called Rhino X or whatever. Basically, if a
Red Ant 3000.
Yeah. If the company doesn't want to pay Pfizer for the formula for Viagra, they make an over-the-counter one. They pass all regulations because there's no regulation.
And most of these is Viagra mixed with some other shit.
Yeah. And guess what? Jon Jones doesn't. When he needs to get hard, he will.
He needs Red Ants mixed with Viagra.
Yes.
And so they had to cancel the Cormier fight then.
Yep.
Right after that.
And Cormier was devastated
because he's trying to feed his kids.
You know what? We can get to all the why Daniel. I want to shit on Jon Jones for a solid minute first.
All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. And then Jon Jones goes on the much beloved Joe Rogan podcast, where Joe Rogan's like, let's sit with this guy. Let's hear him out. Yeah. This is the only place that you're going to get a 2-hour conversation with him. Jon Jones, to me, while I was watching that, came across as a sociopath. A guy who is faking guilt. A guy who is faking reform. A guy who's trying to make all of us believe that he's a changed person. And while I was watching, I was like, there's something weird. There's something odd about this human being. And right away, I watched the first 20 minutes. I was like, all right, this guy is not going to change. One. Number two, he's a horrible human being. I don't like him. I don't like him at all.
I like that. I like that you made a stance there.
Yes.
I hate this guy.
From the very beginning. And then after that, I was on the Cormier train, flipping people like pancakes. So they get the rematch. It's much anticipated. This is arguably one of the biggest fights that UFC has had since Ronda.
We've been wanting this fight for so long because it was supposed to happen so long ago.
Exactly. And then finally,
it happens.
Yes. Jon Jones is going around barking everywhere saying, "What? I'm a reformed man."
And you wanted to I wanted to believe.
At that point, he sold me too, because he looked like he was a good guy. He looked like he was trying his best. He was trying the best for the fans. He like cut things short so he could spend more time with people to appreciate them. Then comes the fight. And Jon Jones,
great fight.
Great fight.
Excellent fight.
Great fight. And no one think that there was nothing controversial about the fight.
No.
They went in, they did their thing. Jon Jones, did what he did.
Yep, and he was good on the mic after.
Great. Incredibly gracious. There we go. Incredibly gracious. Thanks Cormier for the motivation that gave him. Said not to boo him. That guy's a true competitor.
Right.
While Cormier's crying in the corner.
Crying.
Straight up crying. That was heartbreaking.
All 8 corners. Puddles of tear.
Where they were saying, so what do you think about this? Like, where do you think this rivalry will go? Now that he's beaten you, and then Cormier says, like, this is the most honest and heartbreaking thing. He's like, he beat me twice. There is no rivalry.
And his face was like a baby crying for the first. When you're just like, oh. Ooh. And then I think 2 days ago came out the news that Jon Jones tested positive for steroids. A first sample, and according to Nowitzki, who does I guess he's the head of testing for the UFC.
Yeah.
The second sample also, same thing. And according to them, the steroid was taken after, literally a day or two before the fight. Which is just, I don't know exactly what that situation is, but I'm done with Jon Jones.
Yeah, I think everyone is.
Everybody is.
I think that's it. I don't want to see him come back to the UFC.
No. It could have been so exciting, man. Everybody was ready for him. Everybody was ready to embrace him.
Yeah.
His shitty self.
Yeah.
And be like, you know what? He's not a perfect man.
Everyone deserves a second chance, in this case.
Yep. He was, in his 20s and
he's doing stupid stuff.
But you don't get to hurt Daniel Cormier like this and everybody still love you.
No.
And nobody was. You can say what you want about the UFC, and they're going to have a hard time cobbling together future cards. Nobody cares about Jon Jones. That's legitimate, but I feel worse for Daniel Cormier.
Yeah.
This guy who...
Because it's a weird legacy now.
Do you know how tough Daniel Cormier's life has been?
Go ahead, tell me.
Do you know?
No, I don't know. I don't know the toughness. I feel like there's more.
Do you know Daniel Cormier was the captain of the U.S. Olympic team?
Yes.
And on his way to making weight, his kidney shut down. He couldn't compete in the Olympics, and his friend passed away while cutting weight. Do you know that his baby daughter, his firstborn, died in a car accident while he was driving, which wasn't his fault? She was 3 months old. Do you know his father was killed by guess who? His stepfather. And through all of this, he has been nothing but an upright citizen who has taken care of his family and his kids and his community, has taught people wrestling for free.
Right.
He came into MMA, actually struggled big time first 4 fights and retooled, like let go of his wrestling and got really good with his hands and sacrificed. And at this age, I think he's 36 to 38 right now, fought his way back to a situation where he's fighting the Goliath, the greatest light heavyweight boxer of all time, bar none.
Yeah.
And he's making this, and he's actually winning that fight until that head kick.
Yeah.
And then you find out this guy's on the juice.
Yeah.
Daniel Cormier.
Yeah.
I feel angrier. I'm like, why did you do this to Daniel?
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
And that's why
always an upstanding gentleman.
Yeah.
Always incredibly professional in the fight
saying
game.
the right thing.
Yeah. Always.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, I didn't know about all that.
Yeah, that's heavy.
That is incredibly heavy.
Yeah.
And yet he perseveres. You know what? There's a couple of good things here. There's a silver lining to this.
Okay, tell
It's
me.
not. There's no silver lining to this particular situation,
Mm-hmm.
apart from the fact that you can go on to say that he is the undisputed GOAT.
Who?
Daniel Cormier. I don't understand. It's weird.
He's not
it's
the
weird, right?
undisputed GOAT.
Because like the thing is that it was
Yeah.
weird because of what happened.
Right.
But the thing is that still he gets like Jon Jones gets stripped the belt.
Yeah.
The belt comes back to Cormier. That's the way how that goes. Now
Yeah.
it doesn't make him feel any better. But all I'm
Yeah.
saying is that, and I know it's a
He gets
weird
to retain
legacy.
the belt.
He gets to retain the belt.
But everybody knows. Listen, man. I saw him lose.
I saw him lose
get
too, but like he
kicked
also
in the head.
lost to a guy who
Well,
was-
then shit. Like, you aren't the best. You're not the GOAT. You're lucky you have the belt by default because of technicality, but you lost. And yeah, that fight should have never happened. He's not the GOAT. Like, he's just not. He doesn't have the resume to be the greatest. The GOAT stands for greatest of all time.
Right. No. I'm talking about like in that division. He's still sat on top. Or unless
Yes.
you want to put
Yeah, but-
Gustafsson was like number.
No. Sorry. I thought when you said greatest of all time, I thought like
okay.
in the division or something.
No, just
He's just in the mix. Honestly, the crown jewel would be if he beat Jon Jones.
yeah.
Which
He didn't do.
well, it's just stupid now. It doesn't even like. How do you even look at it?
No.
You don't even want
I
to
don't
look
know.
at it.
I don't even know there's another fight in it.
This is the kind of stuff that hurts the sport. Like, I feel like, and to anybody who doesn't really care that much, it may not be to them. It's just like, well, stupid things happening in MMA all the time.
Right.
But like, as somebody who's been watching the sport for a long time,
No, this is no good. This is ugly on all terms.
Yeah, this is like when basketball had a ref that was dirty, like FBI investigation.
I thought all refs were dirty in NBA.
That's something like somebody that, once again, like with MMA, somebody would say like, oh, it's a stupid sport. These kind of things happen all the time. There's a bunch of cage fighters anyways.
But like every season, there's like a complaint. There's an article about
not really
a ref. No,
that's something somebody like very casually looking from outside in would think.
Oh, okay.
But like, if you look at it, there's going to be, of course, calls that are going to be off.
Yeah.
But if you follow like the trends, you're like, this for the most part makes sense.
Ah, okay.
The playoffs, you can pay a lot
watch-
more.
I
Yeah.
watch it.
I watch a ton of basketball.
Yeah,
I watch a
watch
ton of
basketball.
MMA.
Yeah.
So those are the areas I can kind of speak to.
Well, fair enough. Well, there it is. But at least he's got a commentator job for the UFC.
DC does, yeah.
He's pretty good at it. People like him.
He'll come back.
Yeah.
They're like, give me a belt, and like your next payday is going to be
Yeah, his family is going to be
set.
His family's going to be okay.
Yeah,
at the
good
very
for him.
least, But yeah, I know it's definitely very sad.
This is
And
more
weird.
about hating. Like I think if he comes back, because he will come back in 2 years probably. After
Jones.
his
No,
I
I think it's a 4-year suspension.
so he'll be like 33, 34 at that point, right?
Yeah.
I feel like he'll come back.
Yeah.
And
What is he going to say?
4 years is a long time to rebuild and retool and rebrand, man.
I don't know, man.
A lot of people aren't even going to remember.
That's true. There's going to be new fans that are going to be there on that train.
They were like, oh, what? But you know what? Just like you and I were friggin' at a UFC event during the weigh-ins and stuff.
Yeah.
People boo the good guy and the cheer for the bad guy. And that's...
I don't know. Do you think? Well, we don't know, but do you think Jon Jones gets wins back fans as a result of him being a bad guy? Because
he doesn't win back fans, but this is the thing about MMA is that it is a kissing cousin to WWE.
Yeah.
Which is something MMA fans never like to admit, because that's a full spectacle and we're a sport.
Right.
But if Conor McGregor has taught us anything, is that this is a spectacle.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what really, and the fans that love the UFC, they like rooting for the heel. Like there's a large percentage of fans that will root for an asshole.
Okay.
Tito Ortiz is there's a lot of fighters that have proven this in the past.
Okay, that may be true.
Yeah.
The thing is, no. Excuse me. That is true. I agree
Yeah.
with you, but I don't know. Personally speaking, I like the guy who can like kind of navigate in between the two. Like doesn't have to be all that super nice.
Yeah.
Without having to be a complete prick.
Yeah, no, I agree.
You know, like the guy who can walk that line between the two is generally much more entertaining.
We like the guy who can play the bad guy.
Yeah.
We don't want the bad guy. We want somebody who can be the bad guy without being the bad guy.
Yeah.
Even Nate Diaz, he's a bad guy, but he's not a bad. He's not like, you know.
At the end of every fight, they're very like.
Yeah. They might still tell their opponent to go fuck themselves, right? But they're not like
repeatedly.
They're not hurting civilians.
In between punches.
They're not taking advantage of situations.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Also, the thing is that you know what? You can hate on the two brothers, the Diaz brothers, but like on the off season, right? All they're doing is like triathlons, smoking a lot of weed.
Yep.
Jiu-jitsu, smoking a lot of weed. All they do, they're
not hurting nobody.
Not hurting nobody.
On their vegan diets.
Yeah, exactly. On their
vegan diets. That's the funny thing is that they're vegan.
Like the two craziest trash talking, absolute monsters.
We'll call anybody a bitch. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, slapping people.
Yep.
In the ring
for funsies.
Yes.
Just to show they can slap them and then flick them off right after and be like, what? You're like, whoa.
They've slapped so many people in the ring. It's actually called the Stockton slap.
That's true. That is true. Anyways, I'm just hoping stuff like that comes back. I'm just mad right now at Jon Jones.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It is what it is.
You know what'd be funny?
What'd be funny?
No. Connor can't do that. Connor, like the night if he wins the Floyd fight, Connor's like, Jon Jones.
Oh man, no.
I'll take steroids. I'll beat you. I'll bounce your head off the canvas.
I could see it. I want them to like be all right, you know what? Everybody can use steroids. Brock Lesnar get in there. And then Brock Lesnar and Jon Jones.
Brock did steroids. He when he fought, what's his name?
Every day. What do you mean?
It's in his Wheaties.
No, seriously. As soon as they started testing more, they were like, "Oh, this guy is 300 pounds and full of steroid juice." I don't even know what steroids. Have you ever been around somebody doing steroids or like known somebody who does steroids?
No, but I've worked out beside a couple guys.
Yeah, the monster. I remember that guy.
His name is Adam.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That guy definitely does.
Very
steroids.
nice guy.
Oh, I'm sure.
Apparently, though, has a temper. I've been told by other people at the gym.
Oh, man.
I'm like, yeah. So I made friends with Adam. He's like, yeah, he gets angry though.
Really?
Oh,
That's
shit.
the worst thing. If you're that big and you can get angry.
Yes. Very. Like he's a ginormous human being.
It's like having an ill-mannered pit bull. It's like that can go wrong at any point.
No, an ill-mannered gorilla.
Oh no, that guy is as big as they come.
Yes.
Because he's taller than you, right?
Oh, he's about 2 inches taller than me.
Shit.
And like 2 times wider than me.
Oh, he has to like shift his body through a door and stuff.
The day we went to sign in was the first time we saw him as he walked past.
Right.
And then the joke was the Kevin Hart joke.
Yeah.
Dude, you won it already.
Yeah.
You got it all.
You have to keep coming in here. Every gym has a few guys that are just monsters.
Yeah.
But that guy's a monster. I was around a guy who I used to grapple with YouTube tournaments, and he used to do steroids.
Yeah.
And get pimples all over his back.
Yeah, gross.
Yeah. And then nobody would roll with him.
Okay, because of the pimples?
Yep. Wouldn't. And
What?
he had a rash guard over it. We're like, nope.
Okay, but why? If you had a rash guard, why does it matter?
I don't care. We get sweaty. I don't know if there's pimple juice in there. I don't want to.
Oh, that's so
But everybody knew it. And,
that's so gross.
and every now and then, you know, like how somebody's going to go work out and they're like, they need a spot.
Yeah.
If he's rolled with you a few times, he's like, we're friends now. He's like, hey, can you help me in the restroom? Because he needed somebody to like inject him in the well, for him, it was the upper thigh.
Right. It's close enough to the butt.
Yeah, I'm like, no, do that yourself.
Yeah.
Like, find a mirror.
Upper thigh is
Because
a
he
very
asked me once. And I was like, I don't.
It's a very gray area.
Yeah. But also, with that said, like specimen.
Yeah.
But I wasn't going to stab this guy in the thigh for funsies.
Right. Also, just pimples alone would make me not want to take steroids.
Hey, man, look into it later, though. That hormone replacement therapy. I need 4 more years. I'm definitely going to have some hormone replacement therapy.
Yeah, just get the HR, the human growth hormone, HG.
Is that what I want?
Yeah, with in the form of a cream.
That's what I want?
I'm pretty sure that's what you want.
Okay.
Totally talking about my ass. But I'm pretty sure that's what you want.
Because it's a cream?
Yes. It's not like because I don't want you to ask me for help.
Right. Okay. That's what
Injecting you in your bum.
No. I don't even know. I'm sure I'll go see a doctor and they'll be like, take these pills. Or maybe it's a cream.
No, it might be one of those like they inject. It's like I don't know, a piece of mass into your thigh,
Okay.
right? And it breaks down over time. It's like time release
Really?
over the course of like a month or whatnot.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so you're getting like a constant dose of testosterone throughout.
I like just taking a pill.
Right.
If it's the same level of, like a topical cream, I understand, but I don't know how my body absorbs or doesn't. But yeah, I don't want something in me that's breaking down into storage little by little. That sounds weird. There's a company in the U.S. that's chipped their employees.
Yeah, I saw.
That's messed up.
Yes, it is.
They can buy stuff at the cafeteria with their wherever the chip is. They just scan their chip.
Right. I wonder if there's location tracking.
Of course, they're location tracking. You don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like you don't. There's a chip inside of you. It's gathering data.
Yeah. It's also pulling in like very, excuse me, like data you don't even know about.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's checking your blood. It already knows if you have like cancer cells in there.
Right.
So like when you're going in to re-up for your insurance company,
Yeah.
they already know.
They
They're like,
know.
yeah, no, we're gonna have to let you go.
Yeah.
Why? We have no reason. It's because we're downsizing or whatnot.
Right.
And then when you leave, then it'll be like, oh, by the way, you have cancer.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
They tell you that as you're leaving after they fired you. This company's evil. I was thinking of like you call in, and you're like, hey, I'm not feeling. I'm taking a sick day. I'm like, no, you're not. You feel just fine. You're 97.9 degrees.
Your pulse is fine.
You're fine, dude. You're not even sweaty. Come on in.
That's horrible. Why would anyone want to be chipped?
I don't know. I'm sure there's some benefits.
I want to be chipped for like personal stuff.
Tell me what. Like, what would you want to be chipped for?
Okay, so for example,
Of course, for example.
if you have a bat cave,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
You don't want to spend time flicking on the lights.
Right.
You want to just walk in, the lights go
Yeah.
on, right? When you sit in front of your control console,
Right.
it's not a computer at that point because it's really just so big.
Yep.
Multiple computers. Yep. You just want it to power on once when it gets to you, right? Passwords, for example.
Yeah.
Well, why spend the time with passwords when this thing can read your bio data
Yeah.
and then upload it wirelessly to the thing?
Right.
So it unlocks it all the way.
Okay.
So essentially what I'm trying to say is that when I have a bat cave,
Yeah.
I will get myself chipped for it.
Shit. I don't think you should have said that.
Yeah, well.
Because if Batman has taught us anything through the Justice League is that he knows how to kill like you can't give your secrets on here because
Yes, that's true. That was a really good
someone's
movie,
gonna
by the way.
like, huh?
That was a really good movie, by the way.
Yeah, man. Which one?
It's the one where he knows how to kill everyone.
everybody?
and-
Yes.
But the data gets out.
Yeah. Yeah,
and,
yeah, yeah.
And then the bad guys use it all.
To kill everybody.
Yep.
Jeez.
And then they're like, no, you can't do that. So he's like, you know what? F all of you. I won't even be a part of the Justice League. He walks out, no hesitation.
Batman cartoon.
That's just the way that goes.
What was that called?
I have no idea. And then before he was about to like get zapped from the orbital unit down back to Earth because
Yeah.
he's no longer part of the League,
Right.
Superman comes up to him and gives him what's his kryptonite?
Yep.
A kryptonite bullet. He's like, he'll be safe with you.
Oh,
And then he leaves.
jeez.
That's the way how that goes.
Lex Luthor was in there as well. I think he might have been a good guy.
Oh, I don't know.
There's someone there's like the cartoons are way better than the movies.
Yeah,
Just make those.
they should spend more time with that. Apparently, Ali was saying that they're even getting like more and more violent, which is great.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
No, it's true. It's great.
yeah.
I heard Ben Affleck may not be Batman.
Really?
Yeah, for the next one, Casey Affleck was talking about it.
All right. That's weird that it was coming from Casey Affleck, but all
Yeah,
right.
I think there might be some negotiations happening.
Okay.
And they're like, hey, Casey, why don't you say like I may not do it?
Right.
They'll give me an extra. Like James Bond, he was like, yeah, I'm not doing more James Bond. They're like, how about we give you a Brinks truck full of gold?
Okay, I love excuse me, I love Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
If I was an executive,
Right.
right? I forgot what's the house that takes care of that does the Bond movies. But if I was the executive of whatever, and Daniel Craig comes into my office, and he says, "Listen, I'm not gonna do."
Say it with an accent.
Right, I can't do it.
Okay.
Once when he says that,
Yeah.
be like, "Good, I love you, but good. It's time for a black Bond."
It's time for a black Bond.
And I already know who it is
Yasin.
immediately. What?
Of course. Hold on. Time out. Who's even the second option? Let's talk about that for 1 second, right? Of course, who you knew. Like,
Yes, of course.
it's either the guy who it is or Black Panther.
Yeah, but it can't be Black Panther.
No.
No. It's Idris Elba.
It's Idris Elba.
Daniel Craig wouldn't
Yeah.
even make it outside of my office. Not only because my office would be so gigantic, it takes a while for him to move from the table
Right.
there.
Yep.
But he wouldn't be able to get. He'd hear me say, "Hello, Mr. Idris.
Yep.
Bond is yours."
That quickly.
That quickly.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think huge opportunity lost.
Incredible.
Incredibly. And they also said that, we think he's too street.
Yeah. No, I think he did great for Bond. I like the fact that he was street. I like the fact that
No,
he
that's
fought
what they
dirty.
said about Idris Elba. They said we
What?
can't have him because, it doesn't quite fit the image. He's too street. The
Oh.
street part is a quote, end quote.
Really?
Yeah.
That sounds like code for he's
yeah.
too black.
He's too black.
He's not too street.
No.
Like, we've seen him do, obviously. Well, I'm preaching to the choir here. We both want him as Bond.
Yeah.
I think he'd be the coolest Bond ever.
And what's wrong with Bond having a little bit of he can friggin' curse at a guy,
Right.
not just be all proper.
Just a bunch of
I would
old
love-
white, a bunch of old white men are like they're dreaming, and the Bond that they're seeing, instead of shaking hands,
Yeah.
he does one of the
Fist
bro
bump.
hugs.
But I wanted Idris Elba to be like proper like James Bond and every
Yeah.
now and then be like, fuck you! Just like,
Just let it break out a little
yeah,
bit,
a little
and then
bit.
reel it back in.
yeah, why
Yeah.
can't you have... I think it's... James Bond apparently has to be British. It's like, it's a rule.
Okay, I totally agree with that.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, understandable.
Yeah, he works for MI, whatever it is.
Yeah.
He's got to be British. No problems with that whatsoever.
Right. He doesn't have to be black unless... What's your view of... hold on. As soon as they said that, I was like, wait, how do you view the world?
Yeah.
Like, how detached are you from also noticing the fact that you just called him street like he can act in it's a diverse array of roles, and you
Right.
don't think this is an odd thing to say? You don't think this is a racist thing to say? I thought that was funny.
Yeah, you just can't call him street. Also, because it doesn't make sense. Because maybe this guy, whoever said that he was too street, maybe all he did was watch The Wire,
Right, or Luther.
And
They're
then-
like, this guy's gonna fly off the handle. We can't have this.
right? And then they're like, we can't have Stringer Bell as a Bond.
True.
But that being said, even in Luther, he was pretty good. Where has he been like classy?
I don't know. Just in every interview I've ever seen, like he's
No,
always.
no. I mean to say as like an acting endeavor.
I don't know.
Did you watch? I feel like you did you watch Dark
No. I've
Tower?
only seen I've seen the one that was the Netflix movie with him, which was it was in Africa, so that doesn't qualify.
Oh wow, but he was scary. In
It
that.
was scary as heck.
Yeah.
But he was not a businessman or something like that. You know what I mean?
I mean, one could say his business was death.
Stop. Don't. But yes. There's still that stigma, It's just like, it's character in our heads has always been white.
Yeah.
I thought just Bond was a perfect thing because it's not like Spider-Man where there's this whole Bond is a guy. It's like, you can have Mission Impossible without Ethan Hawke, or you can have Jason Bourne with Jeremy Renner, right? Like you can have a Jason Bourne follow another agent that can be name the black dude, whatever,
Mission Impossible doesn't work because Ethan Hunt
Is the guy?
is the guy.
I don't know that much about the lore of Mission Impossible.
Yeah, it doesn't-
I didn't realize he was the Mission Impossible.
He is Mission
Oh, I
Impossible.
see.
Right.
Oh,
I mean, obviously, it'll come a day
yeah.
where Scientology will no longer keep Tom Hanks young and alive,
Right.
and then it will have to go somewhere else. And it's too much of a huge franchise for them to let go. I understand that, but maybe at that point in time, it'll be like he has a long lost son, right? And he's just as good, or maybe he trained someone or whatnot.
It's probably Tom Cruise's friggin' clone. He's probably the first guy that's going to get a clone, though.
Yeah, it might be.
He probably has, tubes of failed.
I'm pretty sure he has organs just ready to go.
Yeah. That guy is...
He's probably he's got organs that are harvested out of his own DNA. That's like, just in case they fail, they'll just put his own organs back into him.
I
Cloned
feel like
organs.
he would have one of the most, skeletons in the closet kind of stuff. Like, things he's, baby's bloods he's bathed in and,
But he has.
crazy orgies and shit.
I don't know about the orgies.
You don't know about the orgies?
I don't know about the orgies. I will say this. He's got not only a few layers of personal protection for his skeletons,
Right.
but then outside of that,
Yeah.
he's got Scientology protection.
That's probably a wearing thing. Then to a certain extent, I'm hoping.
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot less Scientologists out there.
They're on the they're on their heels.
Yeah, but that being said, they have a lot
probably do.
of property.
Yeah.
A lot
And
of
he's
money.
like, he is their king.
He is their king.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. And
He's
that
their
is a
mascot
weird-
at the very least. Right? He's just there.
That is a weird thing. To see him believe
Mm-hmm.
like 100%.
Mm-hmm.
And then salute to LRH.
Yeah.
And salute the thing.
Dude, I've seen a lot. I've seen like just 30-minute long interviews with him talking about Scientology
Yeah.
and stuff.
It is.
I don't know why I took that in.
It is.
Because I was like, am I crazy or are you crazy? And then I
Right.
saw a film like, oh shit, you're crazy.
He is crazy.
He's like, a true Scientologist. And he does this. He like really like gets in there. He's like, a true Scientologist, they're just, you just see it and then you react. And then he looks at the guy for like a good,
Like he just dropped the truth bomb.
yeah, like the guy in his, like should be like, and the guy's just like, just looking at him like, oh. But yeah, Tom Cruise is insane. Johnny Depp is also weird as heck.
Johnny Depp is a Scientologist?
He's just a weirdo.
Oh yeah, that I can do.
You want to guess how much he spends on security per month? You want to just throw out a number?
3 million?
2 million
Okay.
per month. And this is not like at high times. It was documented in an actual like I forgot where it was.
What does he have? Like the Iron Dome?
No, but he's apparently just a super odd eccentric dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he has a lot of everything. Like he does not believe in not spending. Like he has dozens of homes and dozens of cars and people maintaining all of this and like houses in multiple countries everywhere.
I don't understand how someone can do all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, like you as a human can only experience a finite amount of things at any given point.
Yeah.
So you can only appreciate one suit, one tailor-made suit at a time,
Right.
right? Unless you're wearing one tailor-made suit and then you're looking at a picture of you in another tailor-made suit, then you're appreciating both. But I mean to say is that there's a limit, there's a finite limit. So here you have 6 houses, right? How do you even build an emotional connection to all 6 houses? Must be very difficult.
I don't think you do.
Okay, I'll give you another example.
Yeah.
This might be weird. Maybe people can't resonate with this, but part of the special thing about having a car that you like driving
Yeah.
is you build somewhat of a relationship with a car.
Okay.
For most car guys, the reason why
You're talking like a poor person right now, by the way.
okay, car versus whatever.
No, like, because this guy's like, he's got so many of everything.
Yeah.
I don't think he builds a connection to anything.
Okay, but what I'm trying to get at
Yeah.
is okay. Look, when you were a kid, sorry,
Yeah.
I'm flipping back and forth
Yeah.
over here. Remember when you really wanted something when you were a
Right.
kid, right? So, for example, when I really wanted a Dreamcast because I never had a system up
Yep.
until that point. So I really wanted a Dreamcast. Before I even got the Dreamcast,
Mm-hmm.
I had already read the user's manual for the Dreamcast.
Right.
I found somewhere,
Yeah.
right? Before I got Soul Calibur, the game for the Dreamcast, I already read about like all the character
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
bios and everything else like that. And when you got the game, it was incredible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the feeling you get when you're a kid, when you got the thing that you anticipated for so long,
Mm-hmm.
is like a beautiful thing. The thing is that now that we're adults, I don't have to wait very long for me to be able to get A, B, and C. And the thing is that it almost feels like it reduces a little bit in value because you can get it so easily. Like once when you get it, the time between you wanting something or me wanting something and me purchasing it is very short.
Yep.
And there's very little anticipation apart from me writing down that I should get that thing.
Yeah.
But like, for example, me buying a car, it takes me like about 3 months for me to like do research, figure out what's the best fit, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of variables I go through.
Yeah.
So when I get the car, it's that much more special
Yeah.
versus a number of things.
Right.
And I think that is a beauty in itself. That's the fun of living and experiencing things and then getting something that you want.
Yeah.
To have all the things all the time might be cool, but how do you stay present in all of those things and enjoy them, appreciate them?
I think those are two different experiences and lives.
Yeah, that's true.
You can't even relate to him,
Fair enough.
and he can't even relate to you.
Yeah.
And trust me, he doesn't want to. Because for him, and you probably saw Dan Bilzerian.
Yeah, that's
the
another one.
poker guy.
Yeah.
That has millions of dollars. And he was talking about this. He's like, yeah, it's kind of a handicap because after you've been to 17, 18 different Michelin star restaurants in a matter of a month,
Yeah.
it's hard to appreciate just a nice sandwich or a nice burger
Yeah.
because everything before this was in the perfect setting with the perfect whatever, with the person. You controlled everything.
Yeah.
So you're right. People like us with a certain amount of resources, when I get a good phone, like I love this phone, it brings happiness into my life.
Right.
Where I'm like happy. Every now and then I'll just like, subhanAllah, you know? And with you, it's the same thing. But when you have so many of everything, at the end of the day, dude, that's that Pirates of the Caribbean money. That's why there's like 8 of them. Once you make, 20 million to 30 million a year, after that, I don't know if things have the same value and you're just collecting.
I don't.
Possibly chasing, or you know what? More. This is what I think is most likely. It's just lazy. Just like so, it takes time to sell all of these properties. Every property is a few $1,000,000. It's just a hassle, and money's always coming in.
I don't know. I don't know if money is always coming in for him.
For Johnny Depp, yeah.
You think so?
Yeah. You can. It's easy, right? Like, because we don't have to look at how his movie with Angelina did, but we know that he got paid $15 million for it.
Yeah, but he's not as good as he once was.
Yeah, I know.
I think people are starting to realize that Johnny Depp
Yeah.
is a pirate
Right.
in all his movies.
Yeah.
Except for like maybe 1 or 2.
Right.
The rest of it is the same.
Yeah.
Also, I can't imagine
Right.
that his stock is really high right now,
Yeah.
just based on the shittiness of the last couple.
You want to give me
pirate
a
movies.
basement of what you think he makes in a movie?
Oh,
Because that's the answer. Because even while thinking it, you're like, oh yeah, he still makes a buttload of money.
okay, wait. So like we have to identify first, like the last couple. Okay, so he had Transcendence or something. That was that movie, right? That was arguably a pretty shitty
Yeah.
movie. All right, let's find out. Let's find out how much he makes on that one.
Sure. Because all actors have a base, and if they have like a specialty, like they're in a sequel,
Yeah.
one of those that they're getting. But like the base for him is, how much did Johnny Depp make for Transcendent?
Yeah.
Transcendence, 8.7 million possibly, according to Forbes.
Okay. How much do you do for Pirate 3?
Oh, that's a good question. Johnny Depp's salary, Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm gonna pull up
It's a summary from Business Insider. Depp has routinely earned $20 million upfront paychecks for the movies he's been in since the success of 2003's Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, they're all around 20.
Mm-hmm.
And a source says that he has a back end on all of these. Conservatively, he makes 40 million a pirate movie. And if it does really well, he can make up to 55 million. Alice in Wonderland, he got 55 million for.
Really?
So yeah. So at that point, it's not about like getting excited for every little thing you're gonna get. You just order things.
I still think he's missing. I think there is a portion of the human experience that they don't get access
That's
to.
a really good point, because I used to and kind of still think that way, but I also think that's something I tell myself so I can feel better, because this is what I enjoy about the process, right? Of getting something. Whether it's a car or a bicycle or a phone, I enjoy jumping into it deeply, figuring out every little thing about it, and when I get it, it's like, yes.
Yeah.
And that's just a different lifestyle than what this guy does. For him, it's not really, things are important, but none of those things are probably going to give him any happiness. It's probably going to be travel or, it's going to be different things.
I guess.
He's missing out on that experience of, you're right. Like he's missing out on the experience of having to wait, and like he doesn't have time for it. He just has it all.
You know what? But I can safely say that I don't think that way just because it'll make me feel better. It don't make me feel better.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that I know that I've had access to this experience. He gets access to something
Yeah.
else. It's different. But the happiest, the most accomplished thing that I get is that you try something hard and you get to do it.
Right.
And then after you start getting better at it, you notice that you're getting better at it. And therein lies the satisfaction of whatever.
Yeah.
That's the fun part
Yeah.
of life, period.
Right.
And I feel like that's a universal thought.
Yeah, he does
right?
that too.
So, no, without a doubt.
Yeah.
He absolutely does. Maybe he's just operating on this next level. The thing is that I don't even think it's acting, though. Because he doesn't do anything different.
Can't be anymore.
He can't be, right? So, like, for him, it's different. But, like, if you think of, let's say...
Maynard James Keenan, the lead singer of Tool, who was won Grammys.
Yeah.
And what does he spend most of his time doing? Is being on a farm.
Yeah.
And working on his vineyard.
Yeah.
So, and That
Yeah.
that's
I'm
basic-
totally in
or
agreement.
the lead singer of Metallica who lives
Bees.
in Denver
Yeah.
and loves, I guess tending to his bees. I don't even know what you do to the bees.
He's a wrangler?
A wrangler?
No, he's a
bee wrangler?
beekeeper. Beekeeper.
Beekeeper. No, that
keeps
sounds
the bees.
so weird. And now
keeps
he's
the
a
bees.
beekeeper.
He keeps the bees.
But yeah, I'm sure for him it's something. I guess it's not any of this. But the only reason I even know about his financial situation is because his managers were saying that it's not sustainable. Even though he makes all of this money, like the way he spends money
Yeah.
is ridiculous. And you know what? A part of me, it's like, hats off to you, man. Just ball out of control. Like, he's making the money. Just go, Johnny, go. A part of me, because I had to look up the article. Joe mentioned it, and then I was like, oh, I gotta look up this article. And I was like,
Right.
good for you, because he's not hurting anybody.
For sure. Well, no, didn't he just was that a rumor that he
What?
beat his wife?
Amber Heard,
Yeah.
yeah, his girlfriend. It's not a rumor. That's what she alleges, and other people allege different things.
I see.
His ex-wife, Johnny Depp's ex-wife, was like, "There's no way Johnny hit anybody."
Right.
And
The thing is that I'm almost inclined to believe just because he doesn't seem, I don't know, who knows?
yeah, that's why
Who
I go with the
Who
people
knows?
closest to him.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm like, if you divorced your wife and she didn't take a ton of your money or anything, you
Right.
guys are still on like just normal terms.
Yeah.
Your ex-wife, I trust her, and also the people around him.
Right.
Like I read a few things about that, and I don't know. That's why I didn't bring it up.
Yeah. I just, I thought I'd just throw it in there. Muddy
Amber
the
Heard.
waters a bit.
I know, Amber Heard,
Who
beautiful
knows?
lady.
Who knows, really? Who knows? I've been watching a TV show, HBO TV show called Ballers.
What do you think of that?
Holy shit, it's so entertaining, dude.
Yeah,
It's so freaking entertaining.
that's the one with The Rock, right?
Yes. Yes. Well, The Rock himself is entertaining.
Yeah.
I watched the shit out of any Rock movie. I know I'm getting very intense right now. I just a couple days ago
Go to the one
watched.
that goes behind, like Land Before Time or something.
I haven't
whatever
watched that one.
It
Or like
looks so
Race to
bad.
Mountain or something like that.
Yeah.
All right, I didn't watch those.
Okay.
But I did watch Baywatch a couple days ago.
What'd you think of that?
Holy crap, I loved it.
Really?
Yes.
All right, I haven't seen it.
Oh my god, I'll watch it again.
Really?
Oh, I would.
Oh man, you're making me say really like
It's
that.
it's so fun. It's so stupid.
But it's still
really
fun.
stupid, but it's fun.
Okay.
I think it's great. I think
Okay.
it's The Rock doing Rock shit,
Jeez.
right? What else do you want? It's exactly
true.
what you. It's a bunch of hot people,
Right?
men and women. Zac Efron is in that movie.
Is he good?
Holy crap!
Priyanka Chopra's in that too.
Yes, she is.
She's one of our people.
She's the bad lady.
Is she?
Yes.
No way. Good for her.
Right. So everyone's hot.
Yeah.
Everyone's fit.
Yeah.
Except your token fat dude. There is a token fat dude.
Of course, it's got to be.
Fair enough. And they're solving crime that's out of the jurisdiction of the beach.
Yeah.
It's essentially like
Oh,
Hardy
sorry.
Boys. it's like Hardy Boys, but with really hot people
I like that.
on the beach.
I like that they're doing non-beach stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, we're taking over beach patrol. And you're like, what? I like that.
They even like nod to it because like, they constantly have to butt heads with like the local police or whatnot.
Yeah.
Like, well, we gotta do something. Right? We can't just let it
like that.
happen. It's so good. Dude, I had so much fun watching that movie.
I would watch if it was something like that. I totally watch. It was like all of a sudden there's a fire, there's firefighters there, and then these guys are running in slow motion. The fire's like, what are you doing? It's like, we got to do something. Just running slowly.
Exactly.
That'd be hilarious.
So anyway, back to Ballers.
Yes.
So for people who don't know, he's an agent or a financial advisor or he's trying to be a financial advisor for football players.
Oh,
He himself is an ex-football player,
makes sense.
lost all his money,
Right.
a couple bad moves.
Yeah.
So he decided that he wanted to help other people not fall into the same trap as him. So he joins up with a financial advisor, a financial company.
yeah.
Yeah, firm, yeah. And then makes his way to up the upper ranks so that he's able to now look for clients, bring them in, and then manage their money.
Jeez. That sounds like a good idea. I like this.
It's essentially what people say. I never watched Entourage.
It's like Ray Donovan. Have you seen Ray Donovan?
Yeah.
Is it like Ray Donovan?
No,
Okay.
not at all. Not
So
at
he's
all.
not cleaning.
No, he's not cleaning.
He's just like.
I mean, he
don't
might
buy that
have to,
boat.
but yeah, exactly. It's
I
not.
gotcha.
It's not dark.
Okay. Yeah, Ray Donovan.
Ray Donovan's hella dark.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
Oh, it's
That
great.
guy's voice. I can't do it.
Uh,
But it's
Yeah.
perfect.
also, he doesn't talk. Like you can go through an entire 1 hour script, and he was like grunts, stares
Well,
at camera.
That's all you need, man. That's all you need sometimes, an actor.
I haven't watched the most recent season. Is it any good? Did you watch it?
No, I haven't seen a new one.
Okay, I need to watch that.
Hmm.
I did watch. All right, we're bouncing around. Ballers, watch it if you just
I'll
want
watch it.
a good
How
fun
many?
time.
How far are we in?
It's only 9 episodes or 10 episodes apiece. 2 seasons in.
Zobi also
the third.
tagged us to watch something and have to do a podcast about it.
Right. That's a movie. I was gonna reply back to him and let him know that I wanted to trade him on something. I'll watch that if you watch something else. Because here it is, brother.
What? All right, Hulkster. What's... Sorry. Here it is, brother. What?
There's a new Netflix series called Ozark
I've heard about this from so many people.
on Netflix. All right. So I started watching the first episode.
Yeah.
Now, we're all saturated. Can you stop eating the mic?
Just looks delicious. I thought about it for a second.
We got so much to watch, right? There's an abundance of stuff that we could watch.
Yeah.
So what ends up happening is that you watch your standard goes a little higher, at least for most people. So you watch something, you're like, you know what, this didn't capture my attention right away, right? So you're like, all right, maybe I won't watch it. I leave it alone. I started watching the first 20 minutes of this show. I'm like, oh, I see what it is. Clear the schedule. I'm gonna watch the rest of this show.
Oh,
This is like an immediate hook where I'm like, okay,
Literally putting on my to-do list.
I guess so. This is it. Think of it as Breaking Bad, but with an accountant as opposed to a guy making meth.
That is perfect.
For the brown
whole
people?
time he was like Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I wish this guy was accounting. I'm so much more excited.
So he launders money.
Oh, I see. Good.
Yeah, he launders money. Can you imagine? It's just
Just it's like what?
yeah.
He has cancer, just accounting really hard to raise money for his cancer.
And this show does not pull punches.
No?
Not at all. The
Netflix.
opening episode,
Yeah.
right? Dude, there's brain matter
Brain matter.
spilling all over the place.
All right, I'm gonna check this out.
It's
Ozark.
amazing.
Ozark.
Such a great show.
All right, I'll check it out.
Dark as frick, and you will notice that your screen is hella blue.
Why?
I don't know. They just tint everything. It's a very dark, cold type of situation.
I like that. They thought about it.
Oh, they really did. It's got a definite Breaking Bad vibe, like very high quality.
I'm down.
TV show.
Ozark. Ozark.
Yeah,
Done.
See if you can watch it quick so that we can actually talk a little bit about it. Sorry, go ahead.
I didn't say anything. You just gasped and then you told me to go ahead and scared me a little bit.
I know. I do that often.
Why do you do that?
I have no idea. I get excited.
Do you remember what it was you got excited
Oh, without
about,
a
or
doubt.
that
We
was
got to
like
talk
that?
about Game of Thrones.
Okay, yeah, we can definitely talk about it.
What are your thoughts? The most recent episode.
Yo, man, that shit is bananas. Right? That some people I'm sure figured it immediately in terms of here, listen, guys, if you haven't caught up, I don't know how to talk about this right now, but you got to
No, this is going to be full spoilers for the next 3 minutes.
You got to watch Game of Thrones immediately. I don't even. There's people who are like, oh, I'm just gonna watch it after. It's like, no, you're being stupid. Someone's gonna ruin it for you, and then you're not gonna just stop it. Just watch this shit. And some people figured out immediately when that dragon. They were like, that dragon went down. It's gonna. For me, when they dragged it out, I was like, they're not gonna. I was freaking out.
Oh, wow.
I was freaking out.
Okay. I just didn't know how they were going to bring down the dragon. I felt like 3
Yeah.
dragons are coming to the north.
Right. I didn't think they were gonna bring down a dragon.
I felt like they were going to. I felt like because it's
Yeah,
been
I
too
guess.
long
Right.
for like, there's very little risk to Daenerys.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure like I was thinking they would, but I'm like, there's no catapults in the White Walker
Nope.
arsenal.
This
So
guy's
how
got
did-
an arm on him. How's that? This guy's got an arm. There was no even like, there's no like arch to that throw. It's just like, it went through him.
through the dragon, just keep going.
Just kept going.
Some say it's still flying to this day.
Oh my God.
Um,
And that dragon died in a bloody, like, just spraying blood everywhere. Like,
it went down.
it went down.
So, the first part of this, first of all, the episodes are now even longer, right? They're like an hour and a bit. So you get a very good banter,
Jeez.
very
Yeah.
good banter in the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
So as that part is fun, and then you see the White Walkers, the big King Walker, and he's holding like a staff, and you're like, oh, he's just a wizard,
Right.
right? Why else does he hold a staff? He's looking dignified with his ice stick.
I was wondering that. I'm like, he doesn't need help walking. What the hell's he doing with that thing?
And then dragons come in. Also, this is going to sound weird,
Yeah.
but the outfits in this show
Right.
changes all the time. And it's very nice, especially Daenerys' outfits. When
Daenerys,
when
yeah.
she's in the South,
Yeah.
it's, she's wearing that stuff. Plus, she's got like a brooch that has 3 dragon heads on
It's
it.
true. Who's making that stuff?
Very talented people. And then
will
she's like,
say.
I'm going to the North.
Yeah.
I'm going to go save Jon Snow.
That's true.
But before,
Yep.
send in the seamstress because I can't
Right?
be wearing this clothes.
I will say that you're absolutely right. Normally, I'm like, who's paying attention to the clothes? And I'm like, oh, no, you're absolutely right. I remember I was like, man, is this your battle gear? Like,
Yes.
it's nice.
Right? Or a seamstress is already working. She's already putting together outfits for different temperatures and different areas in case the queen.
Probably different dragons she's riding at the time.
True
If you ride
enough.
the blue one, this one. If you ride the red one,
Exactly.
don't want to clash with the eyes.
Because she shows up in the North
Right.
wearing the outfit. It was on point,
Yeah.
right?
Hundo P.
Yeah. It'd be funny if some guy just shows up, like he's in the North. They're fighting White Walkers. He turns around and be like, "So what are you wearing?"
That would be terrible. That guy should get stabbed in the eye.
There was a lot of stabbing this episode.
There was a lot of stabbing, man. There was a lot of stabby.
I thought we were gonna lose.
Homeboy with a beard.
Yes, what's his name? Tormont.
Sure.
I thought we were gonna lose him.
Yeah. He was gone for a second. He
was gone for a
He
second.
should have died.
No, he shouldn't.
He should have,
Oh, yeah, but now it's not what's his name driving the story.
Right,
Right.
it's true.
It's just the producers and the writers are like they have free reign.
yeah.
But
no,
okay.
I'm glad he didn't. I like that guy.
Yeah, I like
I'm
him
like,
too.
I'll let him live a little bit longer. He'll die later, make it bigger.
I want him to sleep with Brienne. Go ahead.
It's hard to go back to whatever you're gonna say after that. I'm like, why do you want him to sleep with them?
Because he
No,
totally
of
loves
course.
her.
Yeah, he does. He deserves.
He wants big babies.
She doesn't want any of that. You know how
no,
fucking.
I feel like she's got
smelly
like a
back
little bit. She's like smiling a little bit. There's like a little.
Yeah.
Just breaking a little bit.
Yeah, you know what? She's probably hasn't had a dude be like, "Hey, I think you're,"
Yeah. Or that could match her in somewhat size.
That's true. I don't know if he's that big, but he's a manly man.
Yeah,
I feel like if she was gonna go with somebody,
Go for a manly man.
go for a manly man.
Yeah.
Right.
For
Jeez.
sure.
I was surprised they were able to get a White Walker. Just be like, yeah, we need one White Walker. Oh, we'll get. I thought they were all in a group. They just got one. I know there was a battle,
Yeah.
but they got their White Walker. I know he screamed, so the horde came.
Oh, you
I just thought they would. I didn't think it'd be easy to get a White Walker.
Oh, you thought it would be easier to get a White Walker?
No, I thought it'd be way harder. I thought it'd be impossible to get a White Walker.
I think that team
Yeah.
of White Walkers that were walking, they walk ahead of the main column, right? Because they're kind of like scouting. Or
Yeah.
whatnot. That's why he was there. That's why
I
it is.
gotcha. And also, this was this was Jon Snow and the best crew who could have really assembled.
Right, the
there were a lot
Avengers.
there were a lot of badasses in there.
They all have like cool.
The guy had a hammer.
Yeah. One guy lights his sword on fire.
What is that? What is that superpower?
And they do it so nonchalantly. They're like, well, I guess we're fighting.
Yeah, I'm like, the whole should have been about you the whole time. We've been following Ned Stark and his kids. This guy he can just do this. Just thought it was interesting. We were like, can we talk about this for a second?
Right.
And what? No one's following his religion. People are questioning.
There's
religion.
proof literally in this guy's sword.
Yeah, every time he has to get in a fight, flame on, and nobody goes like, whoa, 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 whoa.
He's
Whoa.
died 10 times.
Yeah, and you keep coming back to life. Interesting.
Anyway, Daenerys comes.
Yeah.
She's with her dragons, acting like a reckless queen.
Yeah.
But she comes and saves everyone, or most of the people.
Right.
And Jon Snow, for some reason, decides to move further out.
Why did he?
Just to prove that he can take on some
Yeah.
some White Walkers. Had he not jumped on the dragon right away,
Yeah. And
perhaps
maybe,
that
yeah.
dragon would have made it.
Right.
So this is interesting. The dragon that was taken down by the White Walker. The dragon's name is called Viserion.
After her brother.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, if we recall, Viserion was killed
Mm-hmm.
by Khal Drogo.
Mm.
Khal Drogo was Daenerys' husband.
Put a melting pot of gold on his head.
Yup. So I think it's fitting
Yep.
that Viserion
Yep.
is turned into a White Walker dragon,
Mm-hmm.
and then Drogon,
Mm-hmm.
which is the big dragon she rides,
Right.
is going to have to kill Viserion.
You know how hard it's gonna be to kill a white flying dragon walker? It's hard. I don't know what they're called. I don't know what the politically correct term is. But
White Walking Dragon? Yeah, it doesn't sound right.
no, I don't think you can just put some fire on it. I think this thing's like
No, I'm pretty sure it's susceptible to dragon fire. Just the
Yeah.
way how the White Walkers are. Yeah. I think it's.
But this is a
I think it's
dragon.
fine.
So are dragons susceptible to dragon breath?
I have no idea.
We'll find out
I think
in
we
the
will.
upcoming episodes.
Also, does this dragon spit out fire now, or does it spit
ice.
out ice?
I don't know, just blue flame.
Because
Yeah.
right when you saw there was a portion where the White Walker was walking
Yeah.
before he was going to dig his wind up.
Yeah.
He walks through fire,
Right.
and then the fire actually extinguishes around him
Yeah, I thought
because
that
he's
was
so cold.
cold.
He's incredibly cold.
He's a cold man.
So very, and then he launches his spear,
Yep.
takes that down. So wouldn't it be cool
Mm.
if that dragon is actually an ice dragon now? Spits ice.
Shit. Just icicles or like
No, just like really,
Like
really
frost?
cold, like super, super cold air. Freeze people like immediately,
Yeah, I like that.
right? So it's just like
I'm
him,
sorry that I'm like giving you a hard time explaining this, but I like it a lot. I'm like,
right? So like
oh.
he's like there's an army,
yeah,
right? And he breathes the super coldness.
right, and they just freeze in
They
their
all
spots.
freeze, and then after you're just like tapping them a little bit, and they're just crumbling.
It's terrible. I like it. We'll
I'm
see,
hoping.
man. I like that. I like that idea, though.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cool ways this show can go. I don't want it to end, but it needs to end.
Yeah. Well,
We've been
yeah.
watching it for so long, man. Like, imagine when we started. Just remember when we started watching it, what we thought the show was about, and what turned out like it was like a king with his kids,
Yeah.
and like this girl getting sold off to this thing, and now it's just like, oh my god, this is serious. That was gonna be so fun at the beginning.
You think
Random
this is
screwing.
this is the, you know how like Harry Potter was like that was the biggest thing,
Right?
I guess, in literature.
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
I don't
But,
think
like,
so.
don't you think-
this is the
don't-
goat thing you said earlier
No,
about
no,
MMA? I'm
hold
like,
on,
this isn't
hold
the
on.
biggest. Harry Potter was not the biggest thing in literature.
No, but don't you think during this time, like
Oh,
everyone
yes.
was going crazy
Yeah, you
for
meant
like
like
the span
that.
of?
You didn't mean like literature.
Okay,
Yeah, you meant like written books and stuff.
yeah,
Yes.
exactly. You know, during that time, everyone was reading it. Even adults were reading it.
Oh, of course.
right?
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
a big thing, and then after that, pivoted over to like the movies.
Yep.
Was there anything that was as big as that during that time? I felt like it was
Lord of the Rings was the only because it already had
the following.
the following, and then new people jumped onto it. Plus, they were doing it in a similar way where we're gonna make a bazillion of these.
Right.
You know, it was just way more epic. Harry Potter started off as like a cool kids movie / book.
Yeah.
And it got serious at like Azkaban.
Right.
But
Pop culture. In pop culture,
Mm-hmm.
Harry Potter sat at the throne for a
Yeah.
little while.
yeah,
Right.
definitely.
And then right after or during that time, they shared its spotlight with
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
After that, from that point onwards to Game of Thrones,
Mm.
what else sits at the very top of pop culture?
I don't know.
I think Game of Thrones is the most popular
Yeah.
TV show. It's the highest rated TV show. It's the biggest budget TV show.
Sure.
It's
It's just not a big movie. I think a movie like this is as big as a TV show can kind of get.
yeah. I don't think there's anything bigger. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I think this is a really big TV show if that's what you were going.
Yeah.
I just think movies are different.
Hmm.
I think because there's such a every movie is a huge anticipation and you feel like, oh, did it live up? And then you go to the next one like, whoa. Show is just different. With that said, this is capturing as much imagination as possible.
I mean, I feel like there's something about Game of Thrones where, like, you know, there's mugs, there's shirts, there's apparel, there is
Right.
games, there is
Yeah.
every version of whatever you can possibly imagine for Game of Thrones that you
Yeah.
won't get for anything. Like,
Right.
what other big franchises out there
Mm-hmm.
that has this type of following over the
For
course
TV
of like
shows?
7, even a TV or movies? Because like,
Movies, there's been dozens.
well, Star Wars,
Yeah, Star Wars, Star Trek, of course.
Star Trek, not even though. Star Trek is more of a TV show. Am I right?
No, Star Trek, I guess, is his own thing because
Okay.
it's TV show, movies, but like at the end of the day, when it comes to people having bed sheets, mugs, their kids being named after people, having their weddings be themed after that.
I feel like it's more niche though. Star Trek is still more of a like.
Oh
Game
yeah,
of Thrones is
nowadays
much-
it's not. But even Star Wars nowadays, like I guess it only gets big when a movie's coming out.
Yeah.
But they all had their time in the sun. Even Indiana Jones at one point was Jurassic Park, of course, had everything branded.
Yeah, but that's not staying power. What I mean
Well,
to say is,
nothing
like,
has
this-
staying power.
No, this Like what I'm trying to get at is just
Yeah.
overall effect over years and years and years.
But don't you feel like this is just for now? And this will be like, soon as Game of Thrones ends within 2 years, unless they make a movie, it's gone.
Yeah, 7 years though. 7 years of far 7 years of it being at the very top of its game.
Yeah, but that's 7 years of them doing it. I'm sure it'll be gone after 2 years they stop doing it.
Right. So
Just like all of those things that I just mentioned.
right. But the thing is that you're right. Like Star Wars is still going, but then they have movies. It's very hard to judge.
Yeah,
It's
and
not-
Star Wars drops off to a large extent until the movie comes out and they're like, new everything.
Yeah,
Your
that's
cell phone has it. Whatever the new thing we can brand is, you know?
yeah, for sure.
So yeah, for right now, yeah, I guess it is. This would probably be...
I wonder what measurement we could use for this.
There isn't one. Yeah. I compare it to other TV shows for the most part.
Right.
But like, yeah, they should make a movie. It'd be cool if they do.
Can you I thought there was talks to have like the finale to be a movie.
Then we have to wait like 3 more fucking years.
No, I don't think so.
No, probably not. Probably
No,
a
they
year.
just use the same. Everything's
I
already
guess.
done. They just need to make a feature length movie.
Yeah, just make 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably wait a year.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it can. I think it can be done.
I'm sure they can do it in a few months. I'm sure to release, even the Simpsons movie took, like it takes a while to release.
Well, it takes them a year for them to shoot 8 episodes. So what I'm trying to get at is that if they wanted to do a movie, they wouldn't have.
Yeah, they do it like a movie though,
Yeah,
right? They wouldn't do it
7 hours.
yeah,
within a
they wouldn't
movie.
do it like 4 episodes, and I don't mean like with the breaks. They shoot it like an actual movie.
Yeah.
Like it would be paced like a movie, and they would probably take a while. With that said, I'd watch it. I love it when they did that with Serenity and stuff. Firefly, that was amazing.
Yeah, that was all fan service.
Yeah, I hope this ends well, man. I hope it doesn't go like Lost or something, where you're by the end of it, you're just like, I didn't even watch the last season because I heard how bad it was. I just stopped.
I stopped at season 3 because I'm like, I don't know if there's any show ever that's had this many loose ends that will be able to resolve all of them at the end.
Yeah.
So I was saying, like, I think we're setting ourselves for disappointment. So I
Yeah.
just stopped watching at 3rd. I said I would wait until the end. I'm so glad I did.
Good call. You got the best of it. You got to see Mr. Echo, Syed being a badass.
Yes.
There's a Black Cloud.
Black Cloud. Those were the best parts.
Those were the best parts. I was like, what the heck was that cloud?
Damn.
Oh, we'll never know. Okay.
Right. It's too many things.
Yeah.
But they admitted the fact that they wanted to finish the show much sooner,
Yeah.
but they were making so much money. They said, just keep going. So like, all right, let's just keep making weird stuff. We're not going to be able to. It got away. It became a monster.
I don't blame them. They're like, you know how much we get paid? You know we shoot in Hawaii? It's like, you want me to do?
Yeah, that's true. What are we at?
I think we're over.
We're well over.
We're well over.
I don't know where we're going to splice in the Floyd Mayweather type of stuff.
We may not.
We may not. This is a good podcast by itself, my friend.
Yeah, it's fun,
satisfied
man.
with it.
Excited about fights tonight.
Yeah.
Bam. Bam. Bam.
By the time it goes up, people are going to already know.
They're not even, I don't know. I think people might be here. If this fight goes well, it's like, ooh. But if this fight goes badly and people are like listening to us talk about how excited we are, they're like,
These
"Oh,
idiots.
yeah, well, you know what? And that's one of those things you do. You get excited about it. And honestly, with both of us knowing this,
Right.
real talk, bro, I've never seen an exciting Floyd Mayweather fight. I'm not going to go on about this because we've talked, but like Floyd Mayweather's never had a fight that I've been excited at the end of.
Right.
It just hasn't happened. And basically every Conor fight I've seen, I've been excited at the end of.
Yeah.
And it just comes down to who's going to impose their will. And it's most likely going to be Mayweather. Most likely. And if Conor's able to impose his will, it's going to be a fight and it's going to be fun. But that's really what we expect to see happen is Floyd Mayweather do what he's best at. And that is going to be winning in a very boring fashion. All of his safeties are on full effect, man. This guy doesn't want to lose his 49-0 thing.
I hope he loses.
Yeah.
I have a strong feeling that Conor might even win.
You're a nut hugger. I like it.
What?
Oh, you don't know what that is. So in MMA, there's nut huggers. So when Zobi was here last time, he was talking about his buddy who gets angry. When you say something bad about Conor,
Yeah.
they're like, no way, man. King Conor.
You're right.
He could do it. And, you know, like it's not even that they can't make sense of what. It's just like, no, man, he could. This guy's, he's got, you know, he's got the touch, you know?
I don't think I'd react the way how his boy was reacting.
No, you didn't. But you're a nut hugger. You're a Connor nut hugger. And even if you don't know it, that's cool. Like anybody who understands fighting and like you love the man. You want him to do it. You believe this guy could be fighting a juggernaut. He could be fighting, but you're like, you know what? He can climb Jon Jones' leg and bite him, man. He could bite him. And once he has him bitten, you don't know what's gonna happen.
This is why I want him to win.
Yeah.
Okay, because I know all logic is going towards Floyd.
Right.
I just want him to do the impossible again.
And he's done it. He's done it so many
That's
times.
all. I just want to see someone do it again. That's it. And the fact is like, is him doing it, like literally him speaking about his own future and then making that future a reality.
It gives you hope.
Yeah,
You're like, I could do this. I'm gonna be a doctor.
That's why.
Yeah.
All right. It's not because I hug his nuts.
But with that said, if he does win, man, we're gonna do that next podcast. Don't even, if you don't like us talking about fighting, don't even bother. Don't even bother.
Yeah.
It's gonna be nuts.
All right. Should we wrap it up?
Wrap it up.
All right, people. Thank you for listening to the podcast. We got some people that's coming on soon. So look out for that. That's going to be fun. That's all I can say because every once in a while we're getting our schedule pushed around quite a bit these days.
Yeah.
So look out for that. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll be back in a week. Take care of yourselves. Good night.